So the Bruins started off this road trip with a statement 4-0 victory over a depleted Florida Panthers team. So they go to Carolina. Wait, I think we've done this before. In fact, we did it last month. The same schedule from Florida to Carolina the next day. This time, 2 hours earlier. Let's do a Sunday at 5 o'clock. Why not? Big problems in Carolina, if you didn't know. They are apparently in a state of emergency for a little bit of snow. What people in New England would call a normal Wednesday, but that's neither here nor there. Big win for the Bruins because it was 2 points in a much-needed clusterfuck of an Atlantic Division where it is 7 points that divide you from second place to the cellar. Just for those to note, it is 10 points that separate first and second in the Atlantic Division. It is quite a clusterfuck to see who's going to get 2 points or 2 positions in the playoffs because the Metropolitan, they have a clamp on pretty much everything else. So this is the Bruins Recap Show. Boston taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, a team that has given them fits. So we start things off in the first period, as we always do, and for Boston in goal today, it is Zane McIntyre, as he gets the recent call-up from Providence to give it another go. Bruins backup goaltender issues the entire season, as Anton Hudobin, he got put into his TARDIS and sent packing back to Providence, clearing waivers, because apparently nobody wants him this year. He takes on Cam Ward, the one of the oldest goaltenders for one team that you got. Also of note, welcome back John Michael Lyles. I completely didn't even notice he was in the lineup until about halfway through the first period. So sorry, my bad. Welcome back. And Boston will start off the first period with a 1-0 lead as Cam Ward, trying to play the puck in the trapezoid, he gets stripped by Riley Nash, who finds Dominic Moore. Moore with an impressive backhand feed over to Timmy Schaller. Timmy Schaller finds the back of the net on a backhander. 1-0 Boston. Great goal here. We go to the second period. A little bit of controversy on this one. Indeed, controversy ahead, as it is a Jacob Slavin shot that'll get tipped in by Sebastian Aho, as clear contact by Aho with McIntyre here. Challenged by Boston, but the call on the ice stands. I don't know how. I don't know why. Shit. It's not even that it's Dan O'Rourke or fucking Dan O'Halloran either. It's just a bad call here. It's completely unable to reset and make that save. But Sebastian Aho getting the goal, tying it up. A little bit later on in the second period, if you couldn't tell, the second period, not a good period for the Boston Bruins here. Derek Ryan, bad turnover by David Krejci. We'll have that come up again, don't worry about it. Leads to a 2-on-1 with Jordan Staal and Ryan. Staal gives it right over to Ryan, and the puck just barely beats McIntyre, who I thought made the save at first, and then it just trickled its way in. 2-1 in favor of the Carolina Hurricanes. So we go to the third period, and the first couple of minutes here, just beautiful play from Boston as they hemmed Carolina in their own zone, and Kevin Miller will take a shot, and Cam Ward will bounce it off the pads, and it finds its way to David Backes, who is where he always is, right in front of the net. 2 goals in back-to-back games since coming back from the concussion. David Backes makes it a 2-2 game. But right off the bat, Carolina will come right back, and traffic cones at Zdeno Chara returns as Stallberg finds McClement right in front of the net. 3-2 Carolina. And then immediately right after that, Brad Marchand will tie the game up as Patrice Bergeron will make the steal here, finds Marchand in the wide open, in the slot for the goal, making it number 13 on the hashtag quest for 40 for Brad Marchand here. And of course, with a 3-3 tie, this game will go to overtime! And in overtime, as it was in the second period, a turnover by David Krejci. David Krejci turning it over at his own blue line, turning it over in his own zone, leads to a 2-on-1 with, I believe, Aho and Teuvo Teravainen. Teravainen gives it right over to Aho, who buries it for a 4-3 victory and his second of the game for the Carolina Hurricanes. Bruins will get a point because it does go to overtime, which is good and bad. So 4 out of 3 on the back-to-back road trip for Boston. And even if Ottawa can pull out a victory tonight, the Bruins will stay in second place, clinging to it by a point. But points are at a premium. You got to get 2 points. So hopefully they can pull out some magic against 2 very tough opponents on the remaining 2 games of the road trip in St. Louis and Smashville, respectively. So we'll see you then to take on St. Louis in St. Louis. Returning home, David Backus on the next Bruins Recap Show.
Damn.